Another win for Liverpool in the Champions League, then. That makes it now 6 wins from six, and we've kept 5 clean sheets in that process. In fact, we've only conceded that one goal at the very beginning of our Champions League campaign, 3 minutes into the tie at the San Siro. So, very, very impressive, especially given the size that we faced. And it's another big 3 points on the board. Keeps us going along, looking even more likely now to finish in the top eight. In fact, it's going to be very difficult for us to finish outside of it. And it just means those last couple of games, we don't really have to go full throttle. I mean, I feel we didn't actually get out of like second or third gear tonight itself, but yeah, maybe a bit of rest and rotation for those last couple of games. Still try and finish as high as possible because your league standing is going to dictate the entire knockout phase with the way they've set up the tournament tree this year. But at the same time, with big teams floundering a little bit in the Champions League this year and potentially finishing lower down the table, it might not matter all too much. So honestly, just keep the players fit is going to be the main thing across the last couple of Champions League fixtures, and then you got to beat everyone to win anyway in these kind of tournaments. So yeah, don't worry too much about who we could potentially draw as the tournament goes on. It wouldn't be a match reaction if we didn't talk about this man, isn't it? Mohamed Salah with the winning goal from the penalty spot to make it 50 goals for him in the Champions League. It was actually a fairly quiet game by his standards, but he still managed to get 5 attempts on goal, which included that penalty, of course, and create one big chance for Darwin Nunez, which we'll talk about a little bit later when we focus on Nunez himself. But listen, he gets the job done for us, keeps his cool from the spot, brilliant as ever. And as for that penalty itself, I think it was Rio Ferdinand and I can't remember who else it was on commentary who for TNT who were discussing that and didn't think it should have been given. I disagree. I think, yeah, it is a bit harsh on Van der Beek. He's made a clear effort to make an honest attempt for the ball, but he's caught Diaz. He's literally pulled his boot off in the process and he's taken him out. So, yeah, penalty all day. It's one of those ones you'd feel unlucky to have given against you, but you can't really. Just how great was it to finally see this man back in goal? Alisson Becker out injured since October, finally back to play for this one. Of course, we've had Keller in the meanwhile, and he's done absolutely brilliant. Huge mistake from him against Newcastle at the end of that game, but otherwise, pretty much perfect for us. Really big performances from him. So, a little hard on him to miss out. And I actually wanted him to start this game, to be fair. I would have liked to see Alisson just save for the Fulham game, the bigger one, in my opinion, on the weekend. And, plenty of other big games coming up and just a lot of fixtures. Last time we did bring him back from an injury, he got injured again and it felt like he was rushed back. So hopefully they've judged the timing on this one correctly and he'll be all right. But yeah, big performance from Alisson, probably man of the match for me. He has to make 5 saves in this game, really thrown straight back into the mix with this one. And he makes two of those saves, absolutely massive ones for me. The 17th minute, I think, against Miguel Gutierrez. And then this one here, 38 minutes, is caught so sweetly by Spria, and he has to be so alert to just get across acrobatically, dive, and keep that out of the top corner. So a great, great return. Quick shout out for Andy Robertson as well for receiving the official player of the match award. And listen, he's a player who's gone through some tough spells this season. He's had a few mistakes in him, but today he was pretty damn good, managing to be part of that backline, keeping a clean sheet, making 4 recoveries as well, and going forward created 3 chances more than anyone else in the Liverpool top. So decent performance from him all round will help do him some confidence. And overall, this wasn't a vintage Liverpool performance. It felt like we never really got out of second gear. It was a bit sluggish at times, and we had to just get one over the line. But he was probably one of the standout players for us. Finally, there was no redemption for this man today, unfortunately. Another poor performance for him off the back of that game against Newcastle. And yeah, it's just another night of wasted chances, in particular that one around 34 minutes or so, I want to say. Salah playing him through 1v1. The angle, quite nice for him, just drill it low and hard across goal, similar to the kind of position Raul Jimenez was scoring against Arsenal for Fulham on the weekend. And he just can't take it. It's really, really disappointing. He's just in a bit of a rut, and I think he really does need a confidence boost sometime soon. He needs to start getting the goals flowing regularly because you're our striker at the end of the day. We need that from you. Can't keep relying on Salah to bail us out. And ultimately, with Jota coming back into the mix, Hakpo and Diaz playing quite well at the moment, he's going to find his minutes reduced severely if he doesn't start stepping it up soon. And this is a big make or break season for him. I keep saying it, and right now, he's looking like it's going to be a break.